everyone, this is Mona with Kitchen Counter Crafts, just here to demo the Crop-a-Dile today. And I actually have my little kit that I had in the first video, and then I also have the big bite, so stay tuned to the end of the video so that you can see the comparison between this one and this one. And if you like this video, would you please like down below or share or subscribe. So let's get on with the demo. Today I actually borrowed this idea from Treasure Books, and it's a wonderful junk journaling site. And so Treasure Books does this. She kind of has all of the steps here for what's going to happen, and it also helps me to keep the video organized as well. So you can screenshot it if you want to, or just see. So we're going to unlock the Crop-a-Dile, and then I'm going to show you two sizes of the hole punch and also demo that on a cardboard tag. And then you'll see the adjusting guide. There's also an Eyelet Setter. And in the first video, I said it wrong. I was calling them rivets, which they kind of are, but they're really eyelets. And number 5 is I'll show you an Eyelet Demo. And then we're going to actually play with this with fabric because I love to incorporate fabrics into all of this. So I'm going to move the instructions out of the way and get into this one. So in the first video, I was showing how cool this little kit is, and it has everything in it. So this is the We Are Memory Keepers Crop-a-Dile, just a regular size Crop-a-Dile, and it is pretty darn sturdy. It's super heavy as well, and it's in this limited edition gold color, which I just love. And of course the sparkles on the lid, which you can't forget, and I just got the glare off of my lights as well. So over here, this thing is kind of tricky. So when you're first figuring this out, you're like, where do I start? So I don't know if you can see this, but I'm gonna bring it up here. There's a tiny little unlock up here. And so you actually just put some pressure on this and then just push it down and it unlocks the whole deal. And then you're going to see up here in little tiny letters, it says 1/8 of an inch. And if you push down, you're going to see the hole punch kind of come up. I'm going to flip to this side, and then you're going to see the same thing here. That says 3/16 of an inch, and when you push down, you're going to see the bigger. So if I just kind of go out and have them both push, you can see which one's the big, which one's the little. And so those are two hole punches on both sides, so you can use one or the other. The other thing that's really cool about this, and I use the 3/16 more, mainly because these are the eyelets that came with the whole kit. So I'm going to be using that. But if you take a look, you can actually use this as an adjusting guide. So if you want like this to be about 1.5 inches, sorry, go out of, okay, it's not behaving now. It's not going to go back. There we go. So you can use it to like a 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch, and you're going to see me demonstrate that right now. I'm going to grab a card, just a little blue tag that I've made, and this is all the way down. If I move this up a little bit, this is going to go in 1/2 inch. So I'm going to go ahead and do 1/2 inch for my tag. Oh, by the way, another cool thing, you can actually see where you're punching the hole. This is just plain paper. But if you have like a design or something, you want to cut around that. So super easy peasy. So there's your hole punch. I'm gonna mess my tag up a little bit and show you this also. So here is the 1/8, just for comparison. We're gonna do halfway, and there's this. So you're gonna be able to see that. See how cute that is? Ooh, where did it go? There it is, back in the frame. So those are the two sizes. Okay, so because I want to demo, where am I? There we go, the 3/16. I'm gonna just punch a hole here on this side again, just so I can reuse that. Okay, so the demo I'm gonna do next is on the Eyelet Setter. Here's where things get super complicated. Oh, and the video is already at 4:50, so that's okay. just if you're following along, I'll kind of put the time down for the video as well. So for the Eyelet Setter, you actually have to go back to the instructions, and it's going to tell you about setting eyelets and embellishments. By the way, these instructions don't even tell you how to unlock the thing or to punch holes, so hopefully you find that helpful. And then on this Eyelet Setter, you're going to notice right over here, there are letters and then there's numbers, and it's kind of weird on the, it says top and bottom. So I'm going to explain this whole deal here. Okay, so if you come to the hole punch, it's going to show you, and it's kind of hard to see also. So this has almost like a T on it for top, but this side says base. So that's how you know which is the top and which is the bottom. On the base, there are numbers, and on the top, there are letters. It's going to be super hard to see, but you'll have to get your glasses out if you're trying to figure stuff out. So here's number 1, and it says a 1 right here on this side here. This one is number 2. This is 3, and this is 4 with the copper color. So I'm going to bring it back to 1. Oh, and by the way, you can actually pop this out, this part, so that if your guy is not turning that well, mine seems to turn pretty steadily. Anyway, you pop it back into place. So up on top. Oh, and how do you know which one to use? Well, that's where you go back to the instructions. So I'm actually going to follow the instructions for this 3/16 eyelet. I don't have a washer, so I don't need to worry about that. So on the 3/16 eyelet, it says the bottom should be on a 1. That's what we just put it on. So then that means the top needs to go to an A. So hopefully you can see that. So the top's going to be in an A, and it even gave you a little picture to show you. So back to this guy. So this is our base, and it is on 1 inside. So I'm going to, you can pop that out again if you want to or not. And then it is, this one is A right here, and I'm going to pop that back in to A. So that is ready now for my eyelet. So I'm going to pick out an eyelet here. Okay, so I have a silver eyelet, and guess what I'm going to do now? I'm going to use fabric. So I am going to just set my eyelet down here. This is just a piece of canvas cloth that I just kind of cut into a tag shape. And by the way, I was testing it out to make sure it would punch holes with fabrics, and look how great that does it. So I'm going to do this one here. And my husband just showed up. So you're going to hear him walking in. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this and punch a hole on the 3/16 side. Okay, and look at that. That is really a clear, nice hole. So you can actually cut these holes in fabric. So I'm going to take my little eyelet, and since this is the top, I'm going to put it in. So that's going to hopefully look super nice. And then what you do is, that's your bottom. So it's going to go into the base side, and this is the top, which is the pokey outside. Do you see that? There we go. So you're going to try and put that in to that, and then give it a squeeze. There we go. Ooh, and it fell down. Okay, that's it. Check that out. So spiffy and snazzy. And then on my card, I had done the same beforehand, and there's that. So there's a fabric card and a fabric tag and a regular tag. So now what I wanted to do is to compare this to the Crop-a-Dile Big Bite. So I have a Big Bite kit also, and I'm going to do another video just to show you the differences between those, but just super quick. This is called the Crop-a-Dile Big Bite, and I don't know if you can see it on the lid here. My lid's kind of broken because I've used this guy a lot. And it's massive, and you really have to kind of set this thing up on the counter. It even comes with feet. So you kind of have to slide those feet on. There we go. And that's how it kind of rests on your counter. And let me just show you the size differences. Look at that, see? So this is a lot smaller, a lot more handy. This is why I bought one of these, because I just didn't want to haul this thing out each and every time. But what's great about this is there's no adjusting or anything. You've got the hole punches right there. And then the same thing, the eyelet, and this one actually does set rivets. So anyway, stay tuned for the next video where I compare this one to this one, and you'll get to see the different functions of that. And until then, happy crafting.